Hey, welcome to lesson 2 of the 10 lesson series, Mindset Mastery for Golf. I'm your host, Debbie O'Connell, the owner of Golf Positive and Live Positive. How is your judgment journal going? Did you start it? If you haven't, I encourage you to go ahead and start that judgment journal. It's going to be the secret into your brain and your mind, and then when we're working together, we can just look at the judgment journal and shift everything, and we can say, hey, clean all this up, and then all of a sudden you have mindset mastery. The thing about the judgment journal, I know I explained, it's like a mirror for you. It's perception is projection. And that sometimes may be hard to take. Like you're going, wait a minute, that's not me. What I want you to realize is when you feel those emotions or you see those things in others and you're asking yourself, now where is this in me? Remember, it's not to the same level. It could be a totally different situation, different circumstance. And here's the thing about it. It's good news when things come up. Because it's like a warning light in your car. You know how when you're low on gas and that light comes on and the light, it's a warning to say, hey, you need to take some action here. You need to look into this. And that's what we're going to do together. It's going to be like a warning light when you say, wow, that person's really negative. Where am I negative? Oh, I'm negative in my own thoughts. That's a warning light to say, there's something deeper going on in your unconscious mind, and let's figure this out so we're not so negative anymore. All right, so I want you to fall in love with that judgment journal as the mirror for you. It's how your unconscious mind speaks to you, and it's just saying to you, hey, notice this, and let's take some action, especially now that you're doing this 10 lesson series. And you're going to uncover so much about the unconscious mind. Because as I've said, the secret to mindset mastery lies in the unconscious mind. There's so much, yes, I teach very conscious parts of the game as well. Physical skills, performance skills in the game, mental game strategies. To get to the mastery part, it goes deeper into the unconscious mind. I like to call it having a champion mindset. So right now, since you have your journal out, I want you to write your definition of a champion mindset. You know, when we think of a champion, they must have mindset mastery. What is your definition? Go ahead and take a moment to write that down. I'll give you a chance, get that pen and paper out. Your definition of a champion mindset. At the end of this series, when you imagine you having that champion mindset, having mindset mastery for golf and life, we'll throw that in too. Why not achieve your goals in all different areas? What does that look like for you? I'll share with you my definition. A mindset of a champion to me is flexible and strong. Champions harbor the ability to cope with setbacks and obstacles. We certainly get a lot of those on the golf course, right? And they also have a strong will to succeed and overcome any failures that come their way. It's that resilience we need on the golf course, isn't it? They don't make excuses or criticize themselves. In lesson 3, we're going to go over that part and understand what happens, why we do that. But having a champion mindset means you don't do that anymore. You don't make excuses. You don't criticize yourself. It's the strong, unconscious, and conscious belief in themselves that keeps them mentally adept and resilient. It's the strong, conscious, and unconscious belief in themselves that keeps them mentally adept and resilient. That's the definition I came up with for having that champion mindset. I encourage you to write that down as well. A mindset of a champion is flexible and strong. Champions harbor the ability to cope with setbacks and obstacles, and they have the strong will to succeed and overcome any failures that come their way. You know, having a poor shot or having a a hole that, woo, we're ones that we don't ever want to have, but sometimes we experience on the golf course. How do you bounce back from those? They don't make excuses or criticize themselves. How many of you would love to play a round of golf where you stop criticizing yourself? I remember playing a round of golf many years ago, and it was early in my pursuit of becoming a professional golfer. I played this round of golf, and I just beat myself up the entire time. No matter what I did, it wasn't good enough. And then I'd hit a poor shot and say, I'm awful at this game. Maybe this is the one sport that I'm not good at. The one sport I can't play. Maybe that's the sport. This is it. I found it. And the whole day I was just mean to myself. I'm not good enough. You're terrible at this. Why are you even pursuing the tour? Look at this shot you just hit. See, figures. Another bad shot all day long. And I tell you, it had to be just awful for my playing partners as well. Well, after that round, I realized how destructive I was to myself, how there was no way I was going to succeed and have a champion mindset if I continued that negative dialogue. So I went to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I looked myself in the eye and I said, Debbie, I am so sorry the way I treated you today. For that entire round of golf. I am so sorry I treated you that way. And I will never do that again. And I looked myself in the eye and I said that. And since then I haven't done that. I haven't beat myself up. I decided in that moment that I wasn't being fair to myself. I didn't deserve that. And it wasn't going to help me get better. It was actually that mindset and that thought pattern which would create negative emotions. What do you get when you have negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative performance? It's the cycle. So after I did that, I have not done that to myself since. I haven't. Now I have the occasional, oh, darn it. Or maybe something stronger than darn it occasionally. But it's that moment. And then I get back on there with that resilient mindset. How would you feel after a round of golf if you played the entire time and didn't criticize yourself at all? Went through a day of life without criticizing yourself, saying anything negative to yourself, putting yourself down at all. How about that kind of day? Woo! So it is the strong, unconscious and conscious belief in themselves that keeps them mentally adept and resilient. How strong is your belief? Right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, write this down in your journal. My belief in my golf game, my belief in me on the golf course is where? And there's no judgment on this. Wherever it is, it is. But it's just awareness. Where are you? Scale of 1 to 10. How much do you believe in yourself in this game of golf? Believe that you can perform to your peak, to your full potential. Believe that you can achieve your goals in golf that you're setting. Now write down, if there's a gap, say it's a 4 and you want to get to a 10. Say it's an 8 and you want to get to a 10. What will it take for you to get to that 10? Think about that for a moment. What will it take for you to get to that 10 of belief in yourself? Having a champion mindset. Because a champion mindset also refers to a life filled with confidence, authenticity, belief, achievement, and the fullness of everything that you desire. Wow. The fullness of everything you desire. That would be the 10, wouldn't it? A champion mindset signifies the contrast of feelings of doubt, worry, lack, dissatisfaction, disappointment, such feelings that may motivate a person to make a change, to learn something new. This is new, this is different, I am on a movement and a mission to help people understand that the true key to unlock is in the unconscious mind. I am so excited to share all of these strategies and techniques with you over this 10-lesson series. So this is the work that we do. That awareness piece is key. So what do you believe it'll take for you to have those feelings of confidence, resilience, authenticity, belief in yourself? Let's start with some conscious technique, but if we do this with some passion and energy, we can build it into your nervous system and start to get it to sink into the unconscious mind. I like to teach conscious and unconscious because we need to be in alignment. And I do this because I feel like the conscious is up here and the unconscious is down here. So we want to be in alignment. We're going to start with your thoughts and understand that your thoughts create the emotions and the emotions create the performance. So we want to be in charge of your thoughts. There's two things that are going to support you in this. Two critical skills that I want you to have. Write this down. We want to be able to create energy, positive energy, a positive energy flow in your body. Because what kind of emotion do we want? We want positive emotion. What's emotion? It's energy in motion. Can you create the proper energy for you to excel on the golf course? Creating that energy, positive flow of energy, is a key to your success. Who wants to have positive flow of energy? Say I do. Say I do. Go ahead and say it out loud. Say, yes, I do. I want to have a positive flow of energy on and off the golf course. You are in charge of that. The other part is where you focus. So it's creating a positive flow of energy and focus. What you focus on expands. If you continue to focus on the poor shots you're hitting, what's wrong with each shot, the bad scores you've had in golf, the bad experiences you've had on the golf course. If you focus on those, you'll get more of those. We get more of what we focus on. If you focus on what you're doing well, you get more of that. You get more of what you focus on. That is the key to your success. Continue to get more of what you focus on. How do we do this? Well, one is your physiology. We're going to take charge of your physiology. And how do we take charge of that physiology? One, you want to stand confidently, like a superhero. Absolutely stand confidently like a superhero, because when you do that, you actually lower the stress hormone. You lower cortisol in your system. You know, negative thoughts create more cortisol, more stress. How many of you had negative thoughts and then just felt more stressed? Had the thought, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. And you created more stress. You know, which one really happens first? Even if you have a lot coming at you, if you have the proper thinking and the proper physiology, not only proper, I mean physiology that's more effective for you, that's going to help you get more positive. When you can take charge of that physiology, it's key. So first, and just boom, right now in your chair, or stand up and stand like a superhero. And I want you to be your own superhero. This is a key, and I want to make sure I remind you to be your own superhero. Because if you see an example of it, it'll be embedded in your mind, and you're out on the golf course, and you will remind yourself to stand like a superhero. Take charge of your thoughts. Take charge of your physiology and go, yes. All right, the other part is we can create, by neurolinguistic programming, we can create a move. So right now, I want you to think of your best shot on the golf course, your best score, your win that you've had, the most exciting moment. If you don't have that many on the golf course, if you can't find that one in life, that you were the most happy, confident, believing in yourself, and just knowing you were amazing. And I want you to come up with a move. Bam! It could be one of these. We see it all the time in sports, don't we? It could be 2 hands up. Mine is this. You know why? Because I like to do this too. I like to block out negative. So I have, whether they're on for real or they're on in my mind, I like to have these on. I go, bam. And you know how Wonder Woman, she just blocks the bullets? I want you to start blocking the negative out. Start to be like, I am in charge of what I'm letting in this brain of mine. I want the door to this brain, and when I see negative around me, I'm going to block it out. Say, oh no, not for me. When there's slow play, when someone else is being negative, when all they're talking about are negative thoughts, negative shots, negative news, negative everything, and you want to say, oh no, 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 that's not me. I am blocking all of this out. Here and here. You be the superhero. Take charge of your physiology. When you're walking on the golf course, stand with your chest up, shoulders back, chin up. Look up. Look at the trees, look at the birds, look at the beautiful sky. Take charge of that physiology. Make your move right now. Positive thought, make your move. Yes. And say yes. Yes. Say yes. 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 That's a move. You can anytime. Put a song on that you love. I love to do that. Put a song on that I love. I get my energy up. I'll jump up and down. I'm like, yes. Yes. Absolutely 100%. You are in charge of how you feel. How you do it. Change your physiology. Bam. Right there. Be a superhero. You can do that on the course. As you're waiting for your shot, stand in your superhero pose. Just lay the club on against your body. Stand there. You're waiting on the tee. Even look out like a superhero. I am in charge of how I feel. And then add the positive thoughts to it. I have a little formula. I call it blab. I want to sound intelligent. Blab. Remember blab. Use your body first. Body with the superhero pose. It also increases testosterone. Boom, testosterone up, cortisol down. Boom, positive energy flows. So blab, use your body. Superhero pose, making your move. Making your move. If you happen to have one of those poor shots, walk with some speed to the next shot, the next hole. Ask your playing partner if you're in a car, can you just drive for a moment? I'm going to walk this one out. And walk with with speed, chin up, chest up, shoulders back. And then thoughts, positive thoughts. I've got this. Next shot, and then focus. This is where the focus comes in. Focus on what you want in the next shot. Here's the thing about your unconscious mind. It works in the now. It's not, it has those memories that stores them, but when you're doing something, you're in the now in that unconscious mind. It's your conscious mind that'll keep thinking about the poor shot that you hit, or, ooh, if I play well in the next 4 holes, ooh, then I can still have a decent score. Get back to now. Say, give yourself a present. Give yourself a gift and say, I'm staying in the present moment. Even if you have to tell yourself that. Stay in the present. Stay in the present. I'm staying in the present. I'm right here and now. And how do you do it? You can even look around and say, I'm walking down the 3rd hole of the fairway. I'm looking at the trees. Those positive thoughts. I am calm and confident. I am creative on the golf course. I believe in myself. I am strong, resilient. I am positive and believe I can hit this next great shot, just the next great shot. I'm focused on this next shot. Here we go. My plan for the next shot, I'm going to chip it out of the woods into the middle of the fairway. Beautiful. Focus on that shot. I'm going to step into that sand bunker confidently, calm and confident, and get it out right onto the green near the hole. Focus, thoughts. So L is language. What's the language going on? And then look at the questions you're asking. We want positive leading questions as far as language. So we've got B for body, 2 things. Posture, superhero pose, stand confidently. Make your move is the second part. And then the part about walking fast is about exercise. Whenever you exercise, you release these neurochemicals that are so empowering for you. Serotonin, dopamine, epinephrine, norepinephrine, they all get released when you get some activity going. So there's 3 parts to the B. And then I like to throw in the smile. When you smile, you automatically release serotonin and dopamine. It's your happy drug. Even if you have to force it, whoop, that's programmed. You put a smile on your face, Positive feelings come right out. You've got this. Positive feelings will come right out for you. It's awesome. Smile. Woo! That make you move. Yes. Add positive thoughts and then positive leading questions. How can I get this shot successful? How can I achieve this goal? How can I score well on this hole? Instead of, oh, why did I slice it? How can I get the ball in play? How can I hit the ball down the middle? Notice the difference in the question. Your unconscious mind, your brain was trying to answer your question. So if you continue to ask, why am I so bad at this game? Why is everybody better than me? Do you really want to know the answer to that? Look at life. Why can't I lose weight? What if you asked, how can I get in the best shape of my life and enjoy the process? Then your brain's like, ooh, how can we get in the best shape of our life and enjoy the process? How can we get in the best shape of our life and enjoy the process? And all of a sudden, you start to come up with some great creative ideas. How can I improve at this game of golf? How can I score well on this golf course? How can I hit my driver and play all day long? How can I hit the greens and regulations? How can I make more putts? Instead of, why do I keep 3-putting? How can I make 2 putts or less? So in the language, it's about the questions you ask too. So positive thoughts, positive leading questions. Fabulous. B, L. The A is appreciation. When you're walking confidently down the fairway, however you're walking with your eyes up, be thankful. You cannot be stressed and thankful at the same time. And won't you play better golf if you lower your stress? You will, won't you? If you believe that, say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll play better golf if I lower my stress. Stress and tension, it gets in the way of your fluid golf swing that has balance and tempo and timing. That's what we need for this game and all the shots. Lowering the stress is key. You cannot be thankful and stressful at the same time. So if you're feeling that anxiety, if you're feeling stressed, you're feeling the tension, your body's tightening up, 2 things. This will lower it, positive thoughts lower it, and grateful thoughts. Wow, I am so fortunate to be out here. Wow, I am thankful I can walk. I am thankful I can see, if you can do those 2 things. Because people who are blind play golf, people who cannot walk play golf. Some of you may be on here. But what can you be thankful for? What can you be thankful for? Wow, it's a beautiful day. I'm thankful to be out here with my playing partners. Thankful I can enjoy this day. Thankful I'm alive. What can you be thankful for? You'll lower that stress right away. And the final B. So it's blab. Body, language, appreciation, and breathe. Deep breaths. You probably know that already. I want to make sure you breathe deeply, properly. So put your hand on your belly with me. Go ahead, put your hand on your belly. Breathe in and your belly goes out. And breathe out. Your belly goes in. So when I'm getting ready to hit a golf shot, the last thing I do is I look at the target and I breathe in. And then I'm looking back at the ball. Breathe out. And then I swing. Breathe, but you take deep breaths throughout your round of golf. Also helps to lower stress. And sometimes in golf we want to slow ourselves down a little, and a breath will do that as well. So there's your formula, blab. A lot of conscious thought with that, because you have to intentionally be aware of things, but when you start to create a move with it, you do this part. Take time outside of golf. Truly get your energy up. Get your voice going with the language part. And literally, I told you, I might ask you to do things that you're going to think, ooh, this is suspicious to me, Debbie. Does this really work? Are you making me do some crazy things? And everyone's going to hear me in the house saying, I am confident. I am calm. I believe in myself. You do that, it starts to get into your nervous system. So here's what I encourage you to do. Put a song on that you love, a song that takes you to a moment that puts a smile on your face and gets your energy up and makes you so happy. Jump up and down, get your exercise going, whatever, maybe right after your exercise, and put a smile and jump up and down and think positive thoughts. And then with making your move, you want to say, I am confident. I believe in myself. Other things that you value that you know will help you in golf. I am resilient. I am focused. I am determined. I have fun on the golf course. And get that energy going and say that, because it go conscious and it'll start to seep into your nervous system and it'll start to get into that unconscious mind and will shift it. And so many times that negative thought is just a habit. Let's change that habit for you. Let's change it to positive. Let's have you react, especially in golf. You don't have time to go to the other negative thoughts, do you? You don't have time to go to negative emotions. You don't have time to have stress because you're going to go hit the next shot. I mean, you can for that moment, but let's get rid of that moment too. You hit a shot. It's never a failure. It's only feedback. Woo! All right, just say, let's go hit the next one. Let's go hit the next one. You've got this. You can do this. You are in charge. Say this right now out loud. I am in charge of how I feel. Oh, come on, a little louder. I didn't hear you. I am in charge of how I feel. You notice I always do, I've got this move so programmed. Every time I'm doing something really energized and positive, I'm making my move. I am in charge of how I feel. Answer this question with I am. Who is in charge of how you feel? Why is that? Because you're in charge of what your body is. Boom, physiology. Shift it in an instant. Make your move in an instant. Walk really fast. You're in charge of your thoughts. We have 70,000 thoughts a day. A lot of them are unconscious. You can actually put thoughts into your mind. You can be in charge of those thoughts. Just take some awareness of it. Say, I've got this. I am calm. I am confident. I believe in myself. I am focused and resilient. I'm just me out on the golf course. I can be me. I can be my authentic self. I accept all the shots I hit on the golf course. I'm going to learn and grow and get better and better and better. How can I keep improving? How can I score better? Right? You are in charge of that. You're in charge if you're thinking thankful thoughts. You're in charge of if you breathe or not. And all of this creates positive emotions and feelings. And what did we say? When you have those, you create performance skills that are better. You perform better. Your behavior is better. Your behavior is more positive. Oh, by the way, that story I told you, when I apologized to myself in the mirror, I also went and apologized to my playing partners. I went and said, I am so sorry. I had to be just miserable to play golf with today. And I will never do that again. And they all accepted my apology. And I was not very fun to play with that day. So you can be fun to play with all the time. All the time. Take charge of how you feel. Bam, make that move. Keep reinforcing that. You've got this. It's called BLAB. Body, language, appreciation, and breathe. And it puts you in charge of how you feel. The more you do it, the more it seeps into that unconscious mind. And that's the start of getting into it, the start of you having mindset mastery for golf. So enjoy being in charge of how you feel. Remember, keep that judgment journal. You might have some judgments about me today to write down. If you were uncomfortable making your move, if you were uncomfortable repeating something out loud, if you had a doubt or a suspicion and saying, I don't know, write that down in your judgment journal and ask yourself why. Why is that uncomfortable for me to stand confidently? Why is it uncomfortable for me to have a move or have a positive thought or get my energy up? If that's going on, write it down in your judgment journal, because there's something to learn there. And then figure out why. What is it that is holding you back with that? All right, blab, blab, blab your way to lower golf scores. And remember to golf positive and live positive each and every day. And I will see you on the next lesson.